You'll see a lot on these streets. Things that make you smile. Things that inspire. You'll even see things you didn't see coming. Introducing the 2013 Honda Accord with Lane Watch. In a place that has it all, you need a car that can help you see it all. Check out this great lease offer on a Honda Accord today. Try Honda dealers. Not just smart, street smart.
What is here is good ball games.
The Yankees win it 3-2.
Well-pitched games.
And he got him. Blew it right by him.
And good clutch hitting.
A pinch hit home run.
Night in and night out, they have found a way.
You never know what you're going to see out here.
That's about as excited as you'll see a team.
You play hard, good things happen.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It is a hot day in New York City, and it's a hot weekend series here at the stadium, a battle for first place in the American League East, and the reinforcements are here. Missing 30 games with a bad back, Kevin Youkilis is back in the lineup. And Mark Teixeira has not played all season, and he is back in the lineup, batting cleanup. They are ready, and so are you, as it's time for baseball. And the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Boston Red Sox in the first of three from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. Not good times for the Yankees right now. They've lost 5 in a row. They just got swept 4 straight by the New York Mets, so they have to straighten things out in a hurry, and they did need those reinforcements. They needed them right now. Let's see the move that got them onto the roster. So Teixeira and Youkilis activated, and the Yankees sent down 2 pitchers. They sent down Ivan Nova, which was unexpected, and Vidal Nuno, which was a bit expected. So you've got Youkilis, you've got Teixeira, you've got a lineup that hasn't been hitting. How much do they need, these guys?
Well, they need them now because both of those guys provide depth. Teixeira, a switch hitter. Youkilis, a great on-base percentage type guy. Yankees have been in trouble getting on base. They need these guys to work the count, do what they do, and provide some balance in that lineup.
All right, they need some runs for the pitchers, so let's take a look at the New York Lottery pitching matchup. John Lester really beats the Yankees a lot. 6-1, 3.34 against CC Sabathia. CC 4-4, 3.96. And David, he's coming off one of his worst starts in a long time against Tampa Bay.
Not only one of the worst starts, you can see some of the emotion he's going to show during this start. First time in a while that we've seen Sabathia really upset with himself on the mound. The real problem is the fastball, not just the velocity, the location. He's not getting as many swings and misses with his fastball. Actually, his slider and his changeup are just as good as they were last year, but that fastball not being able to get it in on lefty James Loney right there kind of tells the story of Sabathia and sort of trying to work out that command issue with his fastball.
I'll tell you what, even when he's right, David, he has a hard time with the Red Sox, and this Red Sox team is tough. Last year, a lost year for them, but they have turned it around. They're in first place. We'll try to explain what they've changed when we return right here on Yes.
Hi, I'm Cindy at Lee's Toyota. We are excited to announce our all-new buyback program. This program makes it possible for us to pay off your loan or buy you out of your current lease. You can drive in with your present vehicle and drive home with a brand new Toyota with lower interest rates and reduced payments. Family owned and operated for over 50 years, where more than 200,000 satisfied customers can't be wrong. Don't miss this opportunity to see what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident or a victim of medical malpractice, you may be entitled to a large cash award. Find out your legal rights by calling the law offices of David Pankin for a free legal consultation.
I'm David Pankin. For over 15 years, my firm has been helping clients just like you get the compensation they deserve.
If there is no recovery, there is no fee. Don't trust your case to just anyone. Call 888-LAW-9600. That's 888-LAW-9600.
Welcome to Progressive Sports Rehab. With over 22 years of orthopedic experience, we treat everyone from professional athletes to senior citizens. Using a hands-on approach and state-of-the-art equipment is what sets PSR above the rest in physical therapy. Whether dealing with neck or lower back pain to post-operative rehab, PSR can get you back on track. PSR is conveniently located on Route 17 North in Rochelle Park next to Outback Steakhouse. We also offer massage therapy and acupuncture. Most major medical and workers' compensation plans accepted. Come on in and see how Progressive Sports Rehab is putting the care back in health care.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball, everybody. Let's take a look at the Pepsi team scouting report on the Red Sox. They were 18-8 in April, 15-14 so far in May, but 11-5 in the last 16 games. 274 runs scored, so they could rank. That's the most in the big leagues, and they've got good starting as well. 3.69 starters ERA, fourth in the American League. That's David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. This is a Red Sox team that finished last year, 69 wins. So what's the difference?
Well, the culture in the clubhouse, a big difference. But, you know, when you look at the starting pitching, they just have led. And they, as awful as they were last year, they're as good this year. And throw in John Lackey in the mix, too. The big free agent signed a couple years ago, coming off of surgery. He looks to join the mix. Lester, Buchholz, they lead the way. Solid bullpen, and they score a bunch of runs.
It should be interesting. So a battle for first place here in the Bronx. Yankees 2 games behind the Red Sox. A great pitching matchup. A couple of big left-handers. John Lester will go against the Yankees and CC against the Red Sox. Lineups, first pitch, baseball, next on Yes.
Fans, come out to Yankee Stadium in 2013 to see the New York Yankees in action. On Monday, June 3rd, when the Yankees take on Cleveland, the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a commemorative Mariano Rivera baseball card, courtesy of Cloudbreak. The 2013 New York Yankees, a timeless legacy.
The official ice cream of the New York Yankees could be your ticket to the game. Every carton of delicious Turkey Hill Bronx Bombers Sundae and Pinstripe Brownie Blast is a chance to win Yankees tickets.
Brain freeze. Ringing the closer.
So get into the game with Turkey Hill, official ice cream of the New York Yankees.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by This Is the End, in theaters June 12th. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by the Kia Optima Limited Midsize Sedan, elegance, performance, technology. Well, the Yankees would try to halt their season-long 5-game losing streak, and when you want to stop a losing streak, you want your ace on the mound, and that is CC Sabathia. So let's take a look at the Red Sox starting line that he's going to face. Red Sox come in at 33-22, and they lead off their left fielder Daniel Nava. Johnny Gomes in right field will bat second, batting third, playing second base Dustin Pedroia. David Ortiz, the DH, will clean up, batting fifth, playing first base Mike Napoli. Stephen Drew, the shortstop, will bat sixth, batting seventh and catching David Ross. Jackie Bradley Jr. will be in center field. He'll bat eighth, batting ninth, and playing third base Jose Iglesias.
Sabathia, the big lefty's ready to go. The warm-up pitches are done. And on the season, this will be start number 12. You see the record, the ERA's kind of creeping up. It's the hits to innings pitch that's a little different. Walks are down, though, so the rest of the numbers are decent.
So the big left-hander is ready. Daniel Nava digs in. And let's do it here in New York. The first pitch is a strike, and we are underway.
Let's check out the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Talk about can't buy a win. He's winless in his last 5 starts, and that's not all his trouble. He's given up 1, 2, and 4 earned runs in 3 of those starts, and he hasn't gone winless in 6 consecutive starts in over 10 years. So that tells you the kind of dry spell that he's had. And swing and a miss, well, last year it was really about his fastball. Last year he got 42% ratio of swing and misses on that fastball. This year that's down to 34%, so I think that's a big key. And of course all the velocity talk about CC, you know, over the last 4 or 5 years he has. I mean, every pitcher did, I did. He's lost velocity. He's gone from almost 95 miles an hour on average fastball down to about 90, and We've beat it like a dead horse up to this point, and he just needs to command that fastball a little better because his secondary pitches are still of high quality.
Here's the 1-2 to Nava inside. Yankees catch a break. The Red Sox usual leadoff man Jacoby Ellsbury out tonight. Strained left groin. They don't think it's serious, and he suffered it yesterday. He stole 5 bases against the Phillies. The final base is where he hurt himself. So I'm not sure if he'll miss the entire series, but that's a big break for the Yanks because Ellsbury's important to that offense.
Yeah, he was just starting to play a lot better as well. But this guy's an interesting guy, Michael Nava. I mean, it's really good power numbers. 8 home runs. He's 3rd on the team in RBIs. 33 and batting leadoff tonight.
2-2.
Kind of suddenly Nava has become an integral part of that lineup in the team after kind of wondering if he was going to even be on the roster at some point.
Skied the other way. You know CC wants to step up. The 5-game losing streak stopped or started with his performance against Tampa Bay. Yankees had an opportunity to sweep Tampa Bay. How different that would have felt. Instead, they lose the last game, then they go into the Mets series, and then they lose the next 4. So it started with CC. He wants to end it. And he ends that at bat with a breaking ball strike. Nava down looking.
Well, that's the type of pitch that will make you shake your head on the way back to the dugout. Back door right to the black. Perfectly located. Slider starts off the plate. The only time it caught the corner was when it was crossing.
All right, so 1 down. That'll bring up Johnny Gomes, one of the Red Sox free agent signings, and really hasn't done a good job. Good guy in the clubhouse, but he's hitting just 186. He's got power, but he hasn't been able to do much, and they brought him here to hit against lefties, and he hasn't done that either. Just 9 hits and 54 at bats. I see his on-base percentage is about 150 points higher than his average because he's walked more than he's hit. He has 20 walks and 18 hits.
You don't see that spread very often in terms of batting average to on-base percentage.
That's probably why they keep running him out there. The 2-0. Count 2-1. Two and two.
Good sign for Sabathia early. He's already mixed in all of his pitches. Backdoor slider for a strikeout and a good 2-1 change up there. So he's really into a pitching mode right here in the first inning.
Strike 3. Gomes thought that was too high. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and Lance Barksdale punched him out.
We'll get a good look. You see the glove where Stewart is. Just above the belt. Definitely a high strike. And Gomes can't believe it.
Well, the Yankees were the victim of a very generous strike zone yesterday by Adrian Johnson, calling a lot of pitches that went around the outside corner as a strike, and he did it for Vidal Nuno, but it really seemed like it worked out for Dylan G. Here's Dustin Pedroia. And a strike. Another great season for the diminutive second baseman. 329, 3 homers and 30 ribbies, on base percentage of .415. Oh, and 2.
Just one heck of a ball player all the way around. Dustin Pedroia continues to just all phases of the game. Defense, plays hurt, He's a leader. That .415 on-base percentage is good for third in the AL right now. I miss Al. Where's Al Leiter? He was here the last 4 games. He abandoned us here, Michael.
Sad. Big game, too. I don't get it. He'll be back on Monday. The 0-2. Foul back.
We got John Flaherty up in the studio.
Yep.
Maybe he can hop in the car and get down here and do the last part of the game. You have to take a boat to beat the traffic, right?
It's tough today.
From Stanford.
The 0-2. 1-2. This is what he's done his last 5 seasons. And in 08, he won the MVP. Limited to 75 games in 2010 because of injuries. The 1-2. Just got a piece to stay alive.
Another good changeup from Sabathia and right to Stewart's mitt. Just off the plate. Pedroia, a nice job of spoiling it.
Punched out the other way. If it's a fair ball, it's trouble. It's a fair ball. It bounces into the seats for a double. That's nice hitting by Pedroia.
Line to line, that's what makes him so effective. He can turn on you, he's got some power, and then in protect mode, probably a ball. And that is a E all the way. The boot from the fan. Pedroia, easy double.
Well, he'll hear about it.
He waited all day for that chance.
Here's David Ortiz. Good numbers for Ortiz. Missed the first 15 games of the season, but he has been on top of his game since. There's a high drive to left field. Vernon Wells will put it away, and that will do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Red Sox nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat.
Heading to the Kia Memorial Day sales event is better than heading to some other sales event, because you can test drive an Optima with an available GDI turbo engine, a Sorrento with available third-row seating and a power liftgate, or a Soul, an IIHS top safety pick. And every Kia is backed by one of these. Better cars, better warranty. Game, set, match. Lease the Optima LX for $199 a month or get 0% APR financing at the Kia Memorial Day sales event.
What is here is good ball games.
The Yankees win it 3-2.
Well-pitched games.
And he got him. Blew it right by him.
And good clutch hitting.
A pinch hit home run.
Night in and night out, they have found a way.
You never know what you're going to see out here.
That's about as excited as you'll see a team.
You play hard, good things happen.
Restore.
Revive. Rebuild.
Rebuild.
In New York State, we're rebuilding after Superstorm Sandy. From beaches to transit to homes and businesses, New York State is coming back better than ever. We can help you get the assistance you need to repair your home, business, and your life.
Rebuild.
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 Call or log on, and New York State can help you rebuild.
All right, so the Red Sox put a 0 up in the top of the first. Now the Yankees get their turn against John Lester. Yankees starting lineup presented by Lexus. Center fielder Brett Gardner leads off. Kevin Youkilis is back. He'll DH bat second. Batting third, playing second base, Robinson Cano. And he's got pretty good protection as Mark Teixeira plays his first game of the year. He'll play first base and clean up. Batting fifth, playing left field, Vernon Wells. Jason Nix, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, playing third base, David Adams. Ichiro Suzuki in right field will bat eighth, and batting ninth and catching, Chris Stewart.
Quite a turnaround year from John Lester, off to a great start. Right out of the gate, too. 6-1. 19 walks, 60 strikeouts, and a good ERA. Let's check out the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. And this almost didn't happen. A little interesting side note. As an 8th grader, he was approached by an Italian soccer club and offered a contract to play at 13 years old. But then he decided not to go for that. He quit soccer after the 8th grade and concentrated on baseball. And probably the right decision. And 6'3", 190 pounds when he was in 8th grade. Wow. Strikeouts to base on balls. Well, he struck out 21 of the 50 left-handed batters he's faced this year.
And he starts off with a lefty and starts him off with a pitch outside.
You know, not so great against righties, not bad. He's just 39 strikeouts and almost 250 plate appearances against right-handed batters. And thanks for the help, CC. Well, he checks out CC Sabathia's game footage to do his strategizing. And that's a really smart thing to do. You know, I used to love to do that. You know, if I would look at another pitcher that maybe threw sliders like I did, I'd want to see the game footage of how that guy went about the team I'm going to face. Lester, a smart guy to check out CC and how he approaches other teams.
Well, he couldn't study that tape for this game, obviously, but I guess when he faces the Rays or the Orioles.
Exactly. You know, if CC Sabathia is facing, especially in the American League East, if he's facing the Rays or the Orioles, like Michael said, you know, he'll check out some of that footage. How did CC go about, you know, Manny Machado? How do I pitch Manny Machado? Or how do I, you know, Nick Markakis? And try to get some answers.
Who did you used to like to watch?
You know, I think back when I was with the Mets earlier, it was hard to get that kind of video footage. You know, I'm obviously dating myself, but, you know, in today's game, you know, I would probably pick out somebody like a Dan Herron. You know, the righty that was formerly with Arizona. As you see, Gardner with a walk.
Let's check out the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. It's hot, I'll tell you that. 86 degrees, humidity is 43%, wind 10 miles per hour, and it is partly cloudy and warm. Very warm. So here is Kevin Youkilis. He missed 30 games. A lumbar spine strain. And here he is back. It's strange, David. The Yankees are 11-5 this year against left-handed starting pitching, but their right-handed lineup was very weak before you insert a Youkilis and a Teixeira. They're just so heavy lefty that it's hard for them to put together a dangerous right-handed lineup. Now that changes tonight. There's a strike.
Yeah, and it's going to affect later in the game, too, because Joe Girardi's really been handcuffed in terms of maneuvering or pinch hitting from the 7th inning on. And now you got Lyle Overbay sitting there, who's been a great clutch hitter if you need that bat off the bench. Obviously, Teixeira, the switch hitter, just adds so much balance to the middle of the lineup.
Grounded, foul, grabbed there by Iglesias. Kevin Youkilis spoke before the game, and he's thrilled to be back.
It's good to get back here and just get in the lineup and try to help these guys win every day. You know, it's definitely unfortunate when you have to go through these things, and you just try to be as patient as possible, but you're also very impatient too, because you want to speed up the process, but sometimes you have to really let the process handle itself. So for me, it took a little longer than I wanted to, but in the end, I think it'll be good.
Well, the Yankees need him back today. He played one game between April 21st and the 29th. That was April 27th against Toronto. So his back really started bothering him on April 20th. So he played the 27th, had to leave the game in the 6th inning with the back issue. Didn't really want to go on the DL, but boy, he needed to. And it's funny, you see players fight going on the DL, and then they end up being on much longer than the DL stay.
Yeah, they tried to gut it out with Youkilis initially and finally gave in about a week into that injury, and he played one game and it just wasn't working out, so they had trouble backdating him for the DL. Been a very challenging year for the Yankees in roster maneuvers, decisions on the DL, off the DL. The Scranton Express getting somebody on the 40-man roster, clearing space. It's been a sort of a lesson 101 roster maneuvers for the Yankees this year.
Runner goes, swung on and missed, throw to second, strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Well, this is why David Ross is on the Red Sox, because he's a really good catch and throw guy, and on a swing and miss and a batter in front of you distracting you, you make this kind of throw. Outstanding.
Let's take a look at it on the Mercedes-Benz Yesmo. Bang, bang play.
That was impressive from David Ross back there.
It's worth noting that the walk to Gardner, first walk in 4 games for the Yankees. Now, this is a Yankee team that's made its living since, I'd say, 1994, working the count, getting bases on balls. They did not get a walk in the last 3 games of the Mets series. That's just not them.
Shocking.
It was 106 batters without a walk, and that had only happened one other time since 1916. They went 3 games without a walk, and that was in 1991. So it's just not a normal stretch for the Yankees. Count 2-1 to Cano. And you also notice, David, that this Yankee team doesn't play the long games they used to play. All of a sudden, it's 243, 244. It's just not on base a lot. And they don't take a lot of pitches. A lot of the young guys swing early in the count.
They really got into that mode over the last 4 games, especially versus the Mets. And Dylan G with 12 strikeouts and under 100 pitches. No walks.
Teixeira waiting on deck. His first at bat of the year here on May 31st. The 2-2. Grounded softly to third. Iglesias gets Cano, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. No score. Meredith Marakovits comes back with her notebook in just a moment.
It's money for my new shoes, honey.
There's an easier way. Mitsubishi Electric Systems cool and heat more efficiently with no ductwork. See how at MitsubishiComfort.com.
Welcome to Progressive Sports Rehab. With over 22 years of orthopedic experience, we treat everyone from professional athletes to senior citizens. Using a hands-on approach and state-of-the-art equipment is what sets PSR above the rest in physical therapy. Whether dealing with neck or lower back pain to post-operative rehab, PSR can get you back on track. PSR is conveniently located on Route 17 North in Rochelle Park next to Outback Steakhouse. We also offer massage therapy and acupuncture. Most major medical and workers' compensation plans accepted. Come on in and see how Progressive Sports Rehab is putting the care back in health care.
Hi, I'm Cindy at Lee's Toyota. We are excited to announce our all-new buyback program. This program makes it possible for us to pay off your loan or buy you out of your current lease. You can drive in with your present vehicle and drive home with a brand new Toyota with lower interest rates and reduced payments. Family owned and operated for over 50 years, where more than 200,000 satisfied customers can't be wrong. Don't miss this opportunity to see what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
Do you want to sit on the dugout? Or dost thou prefer the Shakespeare Festival? I've got it! Reggae Man! Rastafari!
Ticket Oak's giving me ideas for the weekend.
Did you give him some of your latte again?
No.
Oh my.
I got him his own.
Hummin'. killed my barn!
Not everyone has a ticket, Oak, but everyone can use StubHub. What are you doing this weekend?
All right, go to the second inning. Yankees and the Red Sox, 0-0. Sabathia against Leonard, and we are joined in the booth by our very own Meredith Morakovitz. What's up, Rocky?
Not much. How are you doing today?
Everything's good on this end. So let's talk about these injuries. Teixeira looked like he was thrilled to be back when he was talking to the media.
Well, it's funny. He walked through the clubhouse earlier today, and he had a smile from ear to ear and said hi to just about every media member. Hey, how you doing? And you could just tell in his eyes he was happy to be back. But one thing that he was asked during that press conference, hey, Mark, you're typically a guy that starts off slow. What are you doing to prepare yourself to try to get going a little bit earlier? And he just kind of looked at everyone and said, well, if anyone has any tips they can give to me right now, I'm open for any tips. But mentioned that it's all about getting in a rhythm for him. He said the first rehab assignment, first game in Trenton, he didn't feel great at the plate. Felt like he was a little bit off. Second time around, hit 3 balls hard, had a single in that one, felt a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more balanced at the plate. So he's a guy that's looking forward to getting starting. He's just started. He's just hoping it doesn't take him too long.
Now, Kevin Youkilis gets his first at bat in 30 games, and inauspicious start, a strike him out, throw him out double play, but he's going to help this team too.
You have to believe he will. And I asked him, is there any added pressure on you? This team obviously has been struggling. Offensively, they have not been great. They have lost 5 in a row. And he said, look, I'm just one person. I'm an individual of 9 in that lineup. We have to start getting it done as a unit. It's not all about me. It's not all about Mark Teixeira. It's about individuals needing to have better at-bats. So he's the guy that said he doesn't feel any added pressure, happy to be back. One thing for him, and something that Joe Girardi had talked about, Girardi had dealt with some back issues throughout the course of his career, and saying that that's something that kind of doesn't go away. You may not feel it anymore, but you need to continue to work to make sure it doesn't come back. So he's on a program that takes him about 30 to 45 minutes prior to every game to make sure he continues to strengthen that back and he doesn't have any issues moving forward.
David, you lived through that. I mean, you saw what Don Mattingly had to go through every day just to get on the field. Sometimes it takes a lot of work.
It does, and it wears you out mentally. Sabathia, the good fastball there. Come back from a 3-0 count, but yeah, it's draining emotionally, and all the maintenance issues you have to go through just to get on the field, as you said, Michael. And I mean, it really tests your not only emotionally but mentally, and being able to prepare properly.
All right, now to make room for both of these guys, one was not a surprise. Everybody assumed Vidal Nuño would go down, but not a position player. They actually sent down Ivan Nova. So what was the explanation for that?
Well, he's a guy that, looking ahead, the Yankees see as a starter, not as a guy out of the bullpen. And if you heard Ivan Nova speak when he was first put in that bullpen after coming off the DL, he said, I don't necessarily feel comfortable. Yes, I'm willing to do, and I will do whatever the Yankees want me to, but I feel most comfortable as a starter. And you look at the appearances since coming off the DL. He pitched a big inning against Tampa Bay that allowed them to get that extra inning win. And then also, he was able to pitch 5 innings and kind of save the bullpen against the Mets. And you saw something with him that you really didn't see prior to him going on the DL. He was throwing more strikes. He was going after hitters. He appeared to be more comfortable and confident on the mound. So last time out, he threw 61 pitches. The plan is to send him down there, have him get completely stretched out. In the event that there's an injury or a need, they can use him up here at the big league level.
Stephen Drew lofts one to left field, coming on Vernon Wells, who'll make the play. Well, the next one of the reinforcements that's coming back is going to be Andy Pettit. He'll start Monday against Cleveland. So what's the move there? It's obviously has to be a position player.
Well, it's interesting because they went from 13 pitchers to 11 pitchers, knowing that Andy Pettit is scheduled to start on Monday. And you mentioned the fact that it'll be a position player. There are only a few guys that it can be. You look at David Adams, you look at a Brignac, you look at a Lyle Overbay. Now, Joe Girardi has made it clear he doesn't feel comfortable going with only one shortstop in Jason Nix. He'd like to have 2 guys that can play shortstop on the roster. The question was asked, can David Adams be a shortstop?
And he gets one hit right by him at third base off the bat of Ross, and that'll go into the corner where Wells will fire it in. So a 2-out double for David Ross.
And Michael, as I was saying, Joe Girardi was asked, could David Adams be a shortstop? And you see him right here, that one just getting by him. And Joe Girardi answered, no, I don't see him as a shortstop. So that's not an option right there. But they do like his bat and the ability to put him in that lineup. So you kind of look at it and you wonder what direction are the Yankees going to go. There are only kind of 3 guys that you look at realistically that could be the guy. So Brian Cashman with some more decisions to be made come Monday.
I guess they can also go with one less outfielder and send down Bosch again, I guess.
They could, but if you look at Ichiro's age, you look at Vernon Wells, those are guys that they had to use a lot early on with the injury to Curtis Granderson, and Joe Girardi's big on trying to give guys days off, trying to give guys DH days to kind of save them throughout the course of a long season, and I don't know that they would feel comfortable going with 3 outfielders like that, although I will say this, Joe Girardi has said he would feel comfortable using Jason Nix in the outfield if need be, so that's something that they could potentially do, but I think Joe Girardi would like to have an extra outfielder just in case.
And there have been some rumors, I haven't been able to substantiate that Overbay said he would be willing to try. Is that an option for them?
Well, originally when he was approached by the media contingent, he kind of laughed it off and said, can I play right field with a first baseman mitt? And he said, I don't think that's something I would do. He hasn't played since the minors in 2005. He's never played throughout the course of his major league career. And Joe Girardi, I don't believe, would feel comfortable putting him out there. So if you want to think outside the box, would he do it if they asked him to stay on this team and be a member of this 25-man roster? I think he would try.
I think he'd catch.
I think he would do anything.
Right.
At the same time, I don't know that the Yankees view that as something that's in their best interest.
Any news on Jeter?
He was on the field for the 3rd straight day today playing catch. No real news, still no timetable. He will see the doctor next week. He told me he's going to start taking grounders soon. Also, Francisco Cervelli out there for the first time, playing catch a little bit, working with Dana Cavalier.
Good stuff, Meredith. We will see you later on the post-game show as CC Sabathia now has 4 strikeouts. He strikes out Bradley, and Mark Teixeira's first at bat of the season coming up.
Fans, come out to Yankee Stadium in 2013 to see the New York Yankees in action. On Wednesday afternoon, June 5th, when the Yankees take on Cleveland, the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Mariano Rivera Fathead, courtesy of P.C. Richard & Son. The 2013 New York Yankees, a timeless legacy.
Before your local Ford dealers, that's a huge deal sales event. You had to know someone who knows someone to get a great deal. Now you just need to know for a limited time, anybody can get high tech and high style at prices as rare as a free cab at rush hour. Hurry in for a Ford Escape with 0% financing for 60 months or up to $2,500 cash back, or lease for just $159 a month. See your Tri-State Ford dealer now, because this huge deal ends June 3rd.
It pays to get the order right, especially with Win 4 from the New York Lottery.
4392. Straight.
Pick any 4 numbers, 0 through 9. Play them straight. Win up to $5,000.
You're very wet.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles my way. Whoa, gone are the dark clouds that had me blind.
Celebrate your American icon with a perfect gift from Nautica. Now at Macy's.
Number 25.
Well, Mark Teixeira gets a warm hand, his first at bat of the season. And it went wrong for Mark during his stay with Team USA. The team was in Arizona, and he suffered a torn ECU sheath, right wrist really, suffered on March 5th. And he went on the DL on March 31st, retroactive to March 22nd. And they really wanted to be sure because this is an injury that could even get worse, and they're convinced that he's okay. Count 1-1. And as Meredith mentioned, David, this guy has historically started slowly, and the Yankees kind of need him to hit right away.
You can just mentally erase. You know, this is in April. We're already close to June here, so you don't have to worry about the cold month of April. Because it's certainly turned into summer here in New York City with this weather.
Count 2-2. The switch hitting Teixeira really gives the lineup some balance, and it makes it tougher for the opposing manager to do what Terry Collins did in a couple of the games in the Subway Series. Just bring in Scott Rice and know you're going to face all lefties. Count 3-2, and this is something that Mark does bring, patience. There's John Farrell, the first-year Red Sox manager. Couple of rehab games in Trenton. Extended spring training games before that. And everyone is convinced that he has tested that sheath enough that they don't think it's going to tear. And a walk to Teixeira. Now you wonder if you listen to Teixeira actually feel some pressure now because the team is struggling, and Mark talked about that before the game.
You still need 25 guys. And I've played long enough to realize that no matter how good I am or how good Kevin Youkilis is, there's not one person that can ever carry a team. This is just the way baseball's played. LeBron James can carry the Heat to win a championship, but there's not one guy in baseball that can do that.
It's so true. This is probably the one sport that you can't even come close to having one guy dominate. A pitcher could dominate on any given day, but that's once every 5 days. You can't out-physical another team. Vernon Wells takes a strike. David, you could have the best player in the world on your team, and if the other 8 guys aren't good, he doesn't really do much other than get forward bats.
Yeah, you need protection in the lineup, and that all the more reason why, as you saw the Yankee fans react to Teixeira, it was almost like a big relief. They understand that the Yankees need depth in that lineup.
Could not hold up, and the count is 0-2 on Wells. Wells suddenly has lost it. Got off to a great start, but now really, really laboring at the plate. He has 2 hits in his last 26 at-bats. In his last 12 games, 128. And not much damage, just 1 ribby.
Love his attitude, though, when asked these sorts of questions after these games. He handles it very well. Small sample sizes. I don't get caught up in ebbs and flows. And part of the culture of the Yankees clubhouse is just being able to handle that attention every day. All the questions, Sabathia, velocity questions, Vernon Wells, slump questions. You hear it every day, and you better just resign yourself to the fact that you've got to deal with it as a player. Can't get angry. Can't start telling the media not to ask you certain questions. They have a job to do too. You just deal with it. You handle it. You come up with your answer. You don't let it bother you, and you move on.
One-two, hit sharply, foul. A bullet, but foul. Yankees baseball available in Spanish by hitting the SAP button on your television. SAP is brought to you by Infinity.
Well, there is always, in any numbers of small sample sizes, the luck factor. And sometimes you just, when you're not going well, those balls sneak foul that you hit really hard.
That one is driven to center field. Going back, Bradley. Still back, still back. It's over his head and up against the wall. Teixeira goes to third, and Vernon Wells picks up a double, and the Yankees are set up. Second and third, nobody out.
No luck factor needed here. Just driven to dead center. And Jackie Bradley's got a pretty good jump there. That tells you how hard that ball was hit. He really had no chance. Probably go as a fly ball, but that was a 400-foot line drive is what that was.
So the Red Sox play the infield back. They'll give up a run. Jason Nix at the plate. Jason with a modest 5-game hitting streak.
See, the infield's playing back. So if you're Jason Nix, you can do 2 with 1 here. You could shoot the ball the other way and get a run in and move the runner from second to third.
He pulls it through the left side for a base hit. Teixeira scores easily. Wells moves to third. It's an RBI single for Nix, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, this works too. As you see a curveball up around the belt, just speeding up Nix, and he finds the hole. Top spin lob.
So first and third, still nobody out. And that brings up David Adams. The lefty deals. He has success against Lester with that single now, hitting .333 in 24 bats, and 3 of the 8 are home runs. One and one.
It's one thing we've seen from young David Adams so far in his Yankee career. It's his 53rd at bat. 3 doubles, 2 homers, but has yet to get a walk. Struck out 11 times, so you know it's not like he's swinging and missing a lot, but he's very aggressive.
Takes one off the outside corner, 2-1. Ichiro's on deck. John Farrell, former pitching coach with the Red Sox, then became Blue Jay manager, and the Red Sox traded for him because he had a year left on his Blue Jay contract after they fired Bobby Valentine, and they actually sent Mike Aviles to Toronto for John Farrell. Doing well in his first year. Grounded to third, foul ball. A lot of people are looking at the Red Sox success, David, and they're blaming all of their failures last year on Bobby Valentine. That's not quite fair either, because that team was riddled with injuries as well, and maybe it wasn't a perfect mesh of his personality and the personalities on that team, but I don't think it was all Bobby Valentine.
I completely agree. It was not all Bobby Valentine. You can't do that much damage in that short a period of time. It was just a Murphy's Law year for the Red Sox last year, including the guy on the mound here, John Lester, Clay Buchholz, just have completely turned it around this year, and that's where it all starts. And your starting pitchers set the tone.
Strike 3, Adams down looking.
Well, you can see David Ross setting up off the plate with his glove and a backdoor cutter right to the corner. See where the glove is? Almost off the plate. And yes, he pulls it back in a bit, but it did catch the edge. Sometimes pitchers will want your catcher actually to set his target out of the strike zone to give you a place to aim and then bring it back over the outside corner, which is what Lester did there.
So 1 down, first and third. Here's Ichiro Suzuki. And a strike.
You know, I know I beat this to death, Michael, you know, but this is a great time for Ichiro to drag a bunt. You'll get a run in, and you'll probably get a hit.
One and one. He's got good numbers against Lester.
And he's probably thinking that. Swing the bat. But first and third, one out here. Lester, a lefty, falls off towards third base. If he can catch the right pitch and get it on the ground, you're going to cause all kinds of problems for the Boston defense.
1 and 2.
You don't have a lot of range at first. You know, Mike Napoli at first is a power hitter and was going to sign a multi-year contract, but showed in his x-rays and MRIs that he had some hip damage, a little limited mobility. But he's been a good sign for them. Fits perfectly at Fenway Park with his swing.
Served into left field. It's a base hit. Vernon Wells scores. Nix goes to second. An RBI single for Suzuki, and it's 2-0 Yankees.
Oh, Ichiro tells me I got your bunt right here, and he's going to hit a bullet to left field with good play coverage. It's a good pitch from Lester, but Ichiro's legendary for that play coverage. You just don't think he's going to reach it, and he does.
So 2-0 Yankees. And that brings up Stewart. One and 0. Two and 0.
A hot day here in New York City and very muggy tonight. And Lester already up to 45 pitches here with one out in the bottom of the second. Not a great ratio so far.
3 and 0. Count 3 and 1. Let's take a look at Ichiro's swing on our favorite Yes View.
Well, you get a look, kind of open stance, a leg kick, leaning. Look at him lean. All the way out to the outside part of the plate and then 3 steps out of the box quicker than anybody in the game.
3-1. Hit sharply to short. There's 1. And there's 2. They say that Pedroia somehow kept his foot on the bag. Very tough to do. Drew makes the play, and then the throw. Ooh, maybe just his toe. Yankees score 2. They're up 2-0.
It's like rain on your wedding day. What is it? Classic Alanis. My mom says alcohol numbs the brain.
She's absolutely right. Welcome to the jungle, SA.
Pound me. Come on, bro. Fist me.
That's not right.
The internship.
Check this one out. She calls the cocoon. Makes her feel younger. Atto!
Rated PG-13. Sneak preview tomorrow.
Summer's just around the corner, which means barbecues, bathing suits, and best of all, Hyundai's Memorial Day sales event. All week long, a new Elantra is yours for just $149 a month. Or drive off in a new Sonata for $179 a month. Or get either an Elantra or Sonata for 0% APR with no payments for 90 days. Kick off summer in style at your Hyundai dealer now. The Memorial Day sales event ends May 31st.
The sandwich shop has turned into big business. The sandwich chain. Meat and cheese bought by the ton at the lowest possible price. Pre-sliced long before it gets to you and getting stale. Drowned in sauces, salsas, pickles, peppers, anything to give taste to the tasteless. Where there's Boar's Head, there's a difference. Simply the best meats, simply the best cheeses, sliced fresh daily, one perfect sandwich at a time. Mass production is for making cars, not lunch.
Empires. They've been built on art, science, invention, philosophy. Isn't it nice to know that one was finally built on fun? Locally crafted beers on draft, live sports on TV, food from an award-winning chef. So what's next? A bowling alley? Oh yeah.
Well, let's see if Dustin Pedroia actually stayed on the bag, and we'll use the Coors Light freeze cam. What do you think, Dave?
Twinkle toes. He's out. Up and then back down.
Wow. What dexterity to get his toe back now. Pitch to Iglesias is a strike. There's a base hit to center field. So the Yankees give CC a 2-0 lead. He promptly serves up a leadoff single.
Well, Iglesias likes hitting here in the Bronx. Remember the opening series, he kind of wore out the Yankees and then got sent out, and he's back for more.
Red Sox without Ellsbury today. I told you about the groin injury suffered yesterday, stealing 5 bases. Also, their third baseman, Will Middlebrooks, is on the DL. And their center fielder, Shane Victorino, is on the DL. So they're playing shorthanded and playing well. The 0-1 to Nava. Iglesias rounding first. Looks like he hurt himself. But Red Sox have not come out to look at him, and he's still on first. Lincoln scoreboard 2-0 Yankees, top of the third.
Kind of one of those years, Michael. Every little grab, every pull, when the player shows a little tendency for an injury, you can't help but think the worst this year.
Their closer, Hanrahan, out for the season, Tommy John surgery. Victorino, their center fielder, strained hamstring. Middlebrooks, lower back sprain. And that's the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Medical Center, Inspired Medicine. Count 2-2 as Nava took a strike.
Saw CC Sabathia put away Nava with that backdoor slider the first at bat. Got him looking. See if he tries to go back to that pitch.
Grounded to Adams. Cano one on to first. Double play. Nava cannot believe it, but an around the horn 5-4-3 double play.
Well, good changeup down gets Nava out in front, and not the easiest ball to turn. Cano's quickness gives us the chance it needed, and boy, that's bang bang.
Well, they got him. Good call by Gary Cederstrom.
Very good call, and Cano with lightning quick hands on that turn.
There's Johnny Gomes. Driven out to deep right center. Gardner on the run. He's there in front of the track, puts it away for the final out. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. An 8-pitch inning for CC Sabathia.
You deserve soft serve Burger King in a cone, 50 cents. Tell your friends. Frozen treat, beat the heat. You're in luck. $1 Burger King soft serve, so tasty. Burger King soft serve, 50 cents. Get it now.
Hey, so what's going on here?
Do you want the long or short answer?
Long, I guess.
Chevy is having a big, huge, in fact, event. The great deals on our most fuel-efficient lineup ever for just a very short time, so you better hurry extravaganza.
So what's the short answer? Awesome.
The Chevy Memorial Day sale. Now combine current offers for a total cash allowance of $2,500 on a 2013 Chevy Malibu. Offer ends June 3rd.
Hey, Sparky, what's going on?
Yeah, what's you're hiding? The secret plans for our soapbox derby racer. We've got to destroy him. How? We'll eat him. Yeah.
Or you could use your Swingline Stack and Shred shredder that you ordered from WBMason.com. It'll shred 500 pages and you just drop it all in.
Sure beats eating all these secrets. Who but WB Mason? For the brands you want by right.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. I'll be up and away.
Crack open a can of new Kickstart by Mountain Dew. The perfect mix of dew, real fruit juice, and just the right amount of kick. Kickstart your day.
What's something that's slow that you wish was fast?
Turtle.
Really? A turtle?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I'd rather be a slow turtle.
Well,
I know why. Because when you're slower, you won't have to get in the street as fast and get ran over.
But if you're a slow turtle and you're in the middle of the street, what happens? Austin? Exactly.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest 4G LTE network.
It's time for the MetLife I Can Do This stat of the game. And with John Lester on the mound, it's worth noting the Yankees are 11-5 against lefty starters this season. That's tied with the Braves for the best winning percentage in Major League Baseball. And they lead Lester 2-0. Lester's always done well against the Yankees. In fact, in 12 starts at the new Yankee Stadium, Lester is 7-2. And that's 3 more wins than any other pitcher that's faced the Yankees here in the new Yankee Stadium. Doesn't have a great ERA here during that time, 4.14, but he gets wins. Lincoln scoreboard, 2-0 Yanks. Top of the Yankee order, Gardner with a 1-0 count. That'll make the seats out of play. They wear that patch after the Boston Marathon bombing. And Boston Strong 617, the area code of Boston. And that hangs in their dugout.
Boy, it's hard to think about, Michael, down Boylston Street, all the times we've walked down that street. One of the favorite stops for just about every other American League player on other teams is to be able to make that walk down Boylston Street.
Count 3-1.
I mentioned last night they had the big concert to honor the Boston Strong and all the victims last night. Aerosmith, a lot of great bands. Dropkick Murphys, one of the great names, local famous band.
Fly ball center field. Bradley Jr. is there. Was that concert at Fenway or was it at TD Garden?
I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I guess it was the Garden, TD Garden, yeah.
One out here in the third. That brings up Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis struck out into a double play in the first inning with Gardner running. And there's a strike. Youkilis opened the season with a 9-game hitting streak and really endeared himself to Yankee fans right away, who felt a little uneasy with a guy who had won championships with the Red Sox coming over. And he grounds out to short. But when you start with a 9-game hitting streak, you win people over.
It's a great name for a cheer, too. As the Uke cheers were starting here in the Bronx early on.
And even if you're getting booed, you can convince yourself you're getting uked. That's what Lou Piniella used to do. Here's Cano. He grounded out to third in the first. They shift for him. The third baseman is playing almost where the shortstop would play. Pitch outside. And they're pitching him outside as well. And we saw that early in the season. Red Sox opened against the Yankees, and it was actually more drastic then. When you talk to people with the Red Sox, they say he hits the ball the other way in the air. He does not hit the ball the other way on the ground.
Well, not as much, certainly. And I think they've adjusted that a little bit, especially with the shortstop still staying on the left side of the bag, but very deep. Earlier in the year, that shortstop was all the way over on the right side of the bag. So when Cano does hit it on the ground, that's to that side, to the left side of the infield. It's usually in that range of where Drew is playing.
Yankee only run yesterday on a Cano home run, and that was the last base runner they had. So he hit the home run, and then the next 20 Yankees went down against G, Rice, and Pornell. Pulls that pitch foul.
Just what the doctor ordered for Lester here after a 31-pitch inning last inning. He's got a chance here. He's one pitch away from a quick one. It'll be the 60th pitch here in the bottom of the third coming.
Strike three. Cano down looking, and he does not like the call and tells Lance Barksdale as much. Let's see. Look pretty good. We go to the fourth.
Hi, welcome to Toyota. How can I help you?
Put that down. I was trying to get some more information about the you are not a monkey, sit down.
That's amazing. How do you do that?
You know, eyes in the back of my head.
Well, you're gonna love the all-new RAV4. It comes with a backup camera, so you always know what's going on behind you, even though you seem to have that covered.
It's gonna freeze like that.
And now, during Toyota time, lease the all-new, completely redesigned 2013 RAV4 for just $219 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident or a victim of medical malpractice, you may be entitled to a large cash award. Find out your legal rights by calling the law offices of David Pankin for a free legal consultation.
I'm David Pankin. For over 15 years, my firm has been helping clients just like you get the compensation they deserve.
If there is no recovery, there is no fee. Don't trust your case to just anyone. Call 888-LAW-9600. That's 888-LAW-9600.
Hi, I'm Cindy at Lee's Toyota. We are excited to announce our all-new buyback program. This program makes it possible for us to pay off your loan or buy you out of your current lease. You can drive in with your present vehicle and drive home with a brand new Toyota with lower interest rates and reduced payments. Family owned and operated for over 50 years, where more than 200,000 satisfied customers can't be wrong. Don't miss this opportunity to see what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
People have been using wind power for sailboats since the beginning of time. Wind can be converted to electricity with windmills, and it's clean and renewable. There are people and companies working to make wind power available to everyone. All we have to do is get behind them. Can one solution to energy woes be blowing in the wind? The possibilities are endless.
It's time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. Here's the question. David Cone is one of 4 pitchers who have won games for the Yankees, Mets, and Red Sox. Who are the other 3? Call 1-866-NY-QUITS for free help today. Pedroia takes a strike. You know the answer to that?
No, I'm racking my brain right now. I was going to say Brett Saberhagen for a minute, but he's 1 team short there.
Yep. Seaver's 1 team short. Pedroia taps one, right side. CeCe makes a nice play for the first out. That'll bring up David Ortiz. Strike. Hey, how about that? CeCe threw 94 miles an hour there. Sabathia since 2008 with 95 wins. That's tied with Verlander for the most, and then Lester has 80.
So what was that, like 5 years? 5 years of work, you get 95 wins?
Mm-hmm.
CeCe Sabathia sitting just shy of 200 wins. I think 195 wins in that range. So 5-6 more years like that, you're knocking on the door of 300. Easier said than done.
Again.
Yeah, easier said than done. And yes, velocity has been up a tick this inning.
Grounded softly to first. Teixeira will take it himself for the second out. So 2 down. And that brings up Napoli.
I think most people widely thought that Napoli was a perfect fit to come to Boston. You know, we talked about the culture of the Boston clubhouse kind of changing with that big trade last year. I noticed on opening day that Napoli's locker was right next to Pedroia's. And Pedroia got him early, got him into the mix. Just seems like a great fit for the Sox. Even though when they first went after him, they thought he might do a little more catching, but obviously he's got some hip issues that have reduced him to first base. But those kind of power numbers translate well in Fenway Park.
Had to be gut-wrenching to go from a nice big 3-year contract to taking it 1 year at a time. The whole contract went away. Count 3-0. Kind of power he exhibits. A note on the scoreboard, really stunning. The only catcher ever to reach double digits in home runs in each of his first 7 seasons in the majors. That's with a minimum of 60 games caught.
We've seen Sabathia be able to pitch backwards, and you see, no, that's a, kind of the wiggle of the fingers, the sinker. Got it down in good location, and he has had better command of that fastball, and Michael noted, you know, the velocity has been up to 94 a couple of times in this inning. But not just the velocity, it's more about the command. I'll take command over an extra 2 miles an hour. Classic changeup sign.
And it works. So Napoli swings and misses, and Sabathia works a 1-2-3. Fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Mark Teixeira will lead it off.
I am an American success story.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a firefighter. I'm a carpenter.
I'm an accountant.
I'm a mechanical engineer.
And I shop at Walmart.
Truth is, over 60% of America shops at Walmart every month.
I find what I need at a great price.
And the money I save goes to important things.
Braces for my daughter. Little something for my son's college fund.
When people look at me,
I hope they see someone building a better life.
Living better. That's the real Walmart.
You know what's so awesome about the internet? It gets more and more entertaining every day. And once you've got Verizon Fios, that's when you get it. America's fastest, most reliable internet takes your entertainment to ridiculous levels.
I was streaming videos, movies, music. Once I realized how fast it was, that's when I got it.
And now you can get it too for just $89.99 a month, guaranteed for 2 years. Plus get $200 back and a multi-room DVR free for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Technology that makes life more entertaining. That's powerful.
When you are busy, your mom is safe. Centerlight Healthcare is an alternative to a nursing home or being alone. It can help you and your loved one maintain your independence. Centerlight offers social activities, expert medical care, and overall wellness programs. Call now, 1-877-226-8500.
It's time for the answer to the New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. We said David Cone, one of 4 pitchers who have won games for the Yankees, Mets, and the Red Sox. Who are the other 3? And the answers are Mike Torres, Mike Stanton, and Jeff Reardon. Never would have gotten it. If you got that, you really know your stuff.
I thought about Torres, but the relievers kind of snuck in there. First thing you think about is starters. Mike Stanton was a great reliever for the Yankees. Very clutch in all those postseason games. Stanton, Jeff Nelson, Graham Lloyd, a lot of big outs in high leverage situations.
Let's check out the Jeep Hitters scouting report on Mark Teixeira.
Well, welcome back. You know, we talked about it. Missed the start of the season. It's the right wrist, which might be a little bit different batting right-handed than left.
Grounded to short. Steven Drew. One away.
You know, we talked about it already. He already paid off. He got the walk that kind of led to that 2-run inning. That's about the balance. He adds balance. Switch hitter, the middle of the order. Will take a walk and looking for a hot start. Well, you know, it's not April. So it's a little different. The mindset's different. You know, we're already to June almost here. So I don't put a lot of stock into that hot start because the start is gone. That was a couple months ago. So you got to get into the swing right now.
Grounded to short. Drew gets Wells.
Lester getting right back on track and normalizing his pitch count to innings. It's the last year of that 5-year, $30 million deal that John Lester signed. Looking pretty good now. There is an option, a 2014 option for $13 million next year. It's a team option. That option can be voided if Lester's traded or has finished first or second in Cy Young. So I got to believe the Red Sox are going to pick up that option next year. It's been a bargain.
And one of the big reasons they went after John Farrell is he has such a great rapport with Lester and Buchholz. Buchholz really struggled last year, and boy, he might be the best pitcher in the American League right now. Or up there. Battle with Matt Moore.
You know, Michael, Fangraphs.com has an interesting sort of a ratio. They say that John Lester's performance and his numbers are worth $118 million over his career. And coming off a $30 million 5-year deal, I think the Red Sox have to feel pretty good about it. And that's based on open market value. There's a little speculative nature to that sort of a graph on Fangraphs, but
the dangerous thing, though, David, he's been a bargain. But then when you sign him to a second contract and he's up in years, and that's when he's really going to make the big money, that's where you take the loss.
That's exactly right. And, that's, everybody looks at the big contracts on the back end, the Vernon Wells contract, and talking about, guys are getting old, the long-term contracts, and everybody sort of forgets about all these bargains that are had on the first part of a player's career. Mike Trout comes to mind. Almost had one of the best years of all time last year. What did they give him? $100,000 raise this year, based on that season, because they have control of his contract. John Lester got the 5-year, $30 million deal and gave him some security, but he's more than fulfilled his end of the bargain. And Nix continues to get good at bats off of Lester. Sometimes it just works out that way. He sees the ball. He's been a tough out for John Lester. My guy was a guy named Mark McLemore. Played for the Baltimore Orioles, kind of like a Knicks style player, utility, good ball player. Wasn't really an everyday guy his whole career, but when he was in the lineup, he wore me out, Michael. 3-2 on him, just kind of like these kind of at-bats.
Moving out to right field, long run for Gomes, and foul ball.
And that's what he would do to me, foul me off. Foul you off to left in one pitch, foul you off to right to the next pitch. Now you got a 3-2 count. So another good at-bat from Nix.
Grounded sharply to third. Iglesias makes the play across the diamond. And a 1-2-3 inning for John Lester. We're going to the fifth. Yankees lead this one 2-0. Stephen Drew will lead it off.
When we built the Cadillac ATS from the ground up to be the world's best sports sedan, people noticed. The all-new Cadillac ATS, 2013 North American Car of the Year. Lease this all-new 2013 Cadillac ATS for around $299 per month. Visit CadillacTristate.com for this attractive offer.
Denny's red, white, and blue plate specials are as American as apple pie. Especially the apple pie French toast. Try it with our new mild or bold coffee roasts. Only at Denny's.
Have fun.
You too.
Lease the Audi A4 Premium with an LED lighting credit from your local dealer today.
Hi, everyone. Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Nationals and Braves tonight. And in the bottom of the second with the Nats up 2-0, Steven Strasburg to Freddie Freeman. Drops the hammer on that one. Out to right for his 5th of the year and 50th career homer. The Braves trailing 2-1. But Strasburg left after 2 innings pitched, just 37 pitches. Don't know why yet. We'll update you, Michael.
Oh, Bob, you hate to hear that. And he has not been pitching well after they handled him with such kid gloves last year. And you just shake your head at something like that.
Yeah, because he is such an important fixture, not only for that franchise, but for the game in general.
2-0 Yankees, top of the 5th. Can you imagine, David, if they lost a chance to win a World Series and he got hurt anyway? With all the things that they did, and they shut him down in innings limit, and then he ends up getting hurt.
Those were all the arguments that were made last year. Why can't he just skip a couple starts and get another 15, 20 innings in postseason out of him?
Stephen Drew did not like that call. Count 0-2. Yankees without their pitching coach, Larry Rothschild, tonight. Larry is not here. He went to see his daughter Claire graduate from high school. Expected back tomorrow. Mike Harkey, the Yankee bullpen coach, moves into the dugout as the pitching coach tonight.
I love that. You never used to see that in the game back in the day. If you had a problem with your teeth, you got them fixed in the offseason. You had somebody graduate or something going on in your personal life. Much less, a baby being born. No way, you're not allowed to leave. Nowadays, much different, and I applaud that. Your daughter's graduating high school, go be with her.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Drew down on strikes. Friday night, a lot of celebrities at the game. Brian Gumbel is here looking sharp. David Duchovny is at the game. And there is Sports Illustrated cover model Kate Upton. Hi, Kate. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wearing a Brooklyn Dodger cap. Big night in the Bronx. Yankees and the Red Sox bringing out the stars. There's David Ross. Wow, CeCe has now tied David Cone for 17th place on the Yankees strikeout list. 888. It's a nice number.
8s are wild.
You know what's weird too? 888 strikeouts. You pitched your perfect game on the day that number 8 was Yogi Berra Day. You threw 88 pitches. 8's a big number for you with the Yankees.
Without a doubt. The apartment I live in Manhattan is 8C.
Really?
Yes.
You're getting a lot of people knocking at your door.
Come on over.
Swing and a miss. Ross down on strikes.
Well, the big fella's dealing. Right to the glove again. Back door. Perfect pitch. Perfect location. He came to play tonight. You know, Michael, when I look around the stands and see all the celebs, it pumped me up. You know, it impacts you. It makes you feel like this is center stage. All these celebs here to watch you. The beauties of playing in New York. More major markets. You get that in Boston as well, and out in L.A. Wrigley Field.
The 1-0. Now, of all the celebrities that we just showed, which one would have pumped you up the most if you were playing?
Well, I'm a big Kareem fan. I love Kareem. But, you know, one of the best was at Dodger Stadium, walking off the mound and seeing Frank Sinatra in the first row.
Wow.
That was just, I'll never forget it.
Count 3-0.
And actually looking at you.
I think Kate Upton's coming up to say hello to you. Why didn't you pick her, she's saying?
Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's a little known fact, David. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we had him on center stage. He was so good that was the only hour-and-a-half center stage. He was phenomenal. And he is a legitimate baseball fan. 3-2.
When I first became a fan of Kareem, he was Lou Alcindor.
That's right. Power Memorial. The 3-2. Strike three. What an inning for Sabathia. He strikes out the side. Let's take a look at him. Stephen Drew, swing and a miss. Ross, swing and a miss. Jackie Bradley. Let's just take a gaze.
Monday, Mark Teixeira is back and ready for a pinstripe power surge when the Bombers begin a 3-game set with the Tribe. Coverage starts Monday at 6, right here on Yes.
The New York Yankees have announced the return of the Player Bobblehead Series in 2013, presented by AT&T. The set includes Derek Jeter, Hideki Matsui, Yogi Berra, and Mariano Rivera, with each bobblehead available to the first 18,000 guests at the selected game. To get tickets for all 4 games, buy your bobblehead ticket packs at yankees.com/bobblehead.
Don't strike out when it comes to quitting smoking. Get free help. Call the New York State Smokers Quit line at 1-866-NY-QUITS. That's 1-866-NY-QUITS.
When we built the Cadillac ATS from the ground up to be the world's best sports sedan, people noticed. The all-new Cadillac ATS, 2013 North American Car of the Year. Lease this all-new 2013 Cadillac ATS for around $299 per month. Visit CadillacTristate.com for this attractive offer.
This is Dave. Dave is a millionaire, but he doesn't know it. Probably because he doesn't know he can check his numbers with the New York Lottery's Winning Numbers app. Poor Dave. Download the app at nylottery.org.
Listen to The Fan. It's Boomer and Carton, mornings 6 to 10. Beningo and Roberts, middays 10 to 1. And Mike Francesa, afternoons 1 to 6:30. New York's #1 sports station, Sports Radio 66. And now 101.9 FM, WFAN, New York.
Hey, it's time for today's conversation, brought to you by Toyota. Prius is the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. We started it with this. How will the returns of Mark Teixeira and Kevin Youkilis help the Yankee lineup? And the conversation got going, and Yankees Chris says the returns of Tex and Youkilis will allow the team to have more power in its lineup against left-handed pitching, and that is for sure. David Adams leads up the bottom of the 5th, and he takes a strike from Lester. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Prius to keep the conversation going. Bad break, literally, for Curtis Granderson. Had surgery, had a pin inserted, and the guy took so much effort to get back from the first injury in spring training. He's starting to swing the bat well for the Yankees, and boom, another broken bone, and he's out 6 to 8 weeks. That's another long stretch for him, and he's missed in this lineup. Yankees don't score the runs they used to. That ball got Adams on the way by. They're 11th now in the American League in runs scored. So a lot of it is dependent on the pitching.
Nothing worse than leading off an inning if you're on the mound, Michael, and you clip somebody just barely.
Especially on 0-2.
On an 0-2 pitch.
Here's Ichiro, RBI single in the second. And there's a strike. One. Waved at that one. 1-2. Just missed outside.
Well, that's a good eye by Ichiro right there. It did look like it just missed, but Ichiro took it like he knew it.
The 2-2. Fouled it away. Yankees lead this one 2-0, beginning of a 3-game series tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night. Tomorrow's on Fox, Sunday is on ESPN. So national broadcast. Two. Right back to Lester. And his throw was wide, but somehow Drew kept his foot on the bag to get the force on Addison. Here comes Joe Girardi. Second base umpire is Vic Carapazza.
Well, we'll get another look here, but if he did stay on, it is incredible, and he did. Side of the foot. Another acrobatic play at second base. Drew with this one, and Pedroia had one earlier. And this, you know, a manager's more prone to this when you're just coming off of getting swept, especially by the Mets.
Gary Cederstrom stepping between the two of them, and Joe got hot. David, the only thing I could figure is that Carapazza might have given him attitude, because then Joe really got hot. He was going out there discussing it, and then all of a sudden he lost his cool.
Well, he did, and it's the right call. And Joe's going to see that later, but I still believe that, you know, a la Billy Martin, Lou Piniella, that sometimes managers go out there, and once he starts using the finger, that's a no-no. But sometimes managers go out there with the intent to fire up your team, fire up the crowd. Just came off an awful series against the Mets.
Now, I don't think you were teammates with him. I guess you saw a different side as Tony Pena will take over. I don't think Joe uses the magic word, so I don't think he said the magic word to get thrown out.
It'd be interesting, yeah, be able to be in there and hear exactly what was said, but it's part of the game of baseball. You know, we don't see it as much as we once did. If you can imagine, if you talk to some of the umpires around the league, they got it easy now compared to the days of Earl Weaver and Billy Martin. Of course, our colleague Lou Piniella, one of the best all time, and firing up a team with a tirade and getting thrown out.
Lou Piniella has told me, when we all get together for dinner in spring training, said that George Steinbrenner used to tell him, go out and put on a show. He said, your job is to put on a show, and if you're going to argue with the umpire, go put on a show. And I guess that included throwing bases.
Every manager has his own little creativity and interpretation of how to go about it.
The ejection of Joe Girardi is the first ejection by any Yankee this season. Up until recently, it's been kind of a dream season other than the injuries, but playing good baseball, not much to get really chapped about. 3-1, and he walks the number 9 batter, Chris Stewart. So he walked Gardner in the first, he walked Teixeira in the second, and 2 walks here in the 5th. This is not really vintage John Lester, but again, it's just 2-0 Yanks. So he's been able to survive it.
Well, you got another situation here. First and second, speed on the bases. Ichiro can fly at second. Gardner can fly in the box. You got a lot of options here. Gardner's been really good and aggressive on first pitch hacks on fastballs.
And they're back at the corners too, and Gardner's been bunting a lot this year.
He certainly has the option to try to make something happen here. Any good bunt at all, there is no chance to get him.
Chops that one foul.
One of the sort of the evolution of Brett Gardner. A couple years ago, he took more pitches than anybody else in the American League, and he often did not swing at that first pitch. I like the fact that he's more aggressive. He's actually hitting pretty close to 350 on first pitches this year.
Has a 7-game hitting streak working. Takes the pitch up in the zone, count 0-2. Count 1-2.
Well, we told you the stat about Lester coming into this game. He's faced 50 total batters. Lefty on lefty, left-handed hitters, and he struck out 21 of them.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Gardner down looking.
Big sweeping hook. Starts it right at the hip of Brett Gardner and gets him to collapse just a bit. Once that front knee collapses, right there, he's done. One of the things you learn in Little League, you know, when you first see your curveball, boy, that one that starts right at you, Michael, can, even on the big league level, can still buckle you.
There's Youkilis, 0 for 2 in his return to the lineup. Pitches low, 1-0. Yankees signed him to a one-year deal in the offseason. They knew they needed somebody to play third as Alex Rodriguez came back from hip surgery. And he was doing a pretty good job until he got hurt. His back went out. Did a nice job with runners in scoring position. Ichiro's at second and Stewart's at first. We've got 2 out, bottom of the 5th. Yankees lead 2-0. Each team with 3 hits. Hit shortly and past the diving Iglesias into left field. Ichiro will score easily. Stewart is going to third, and he is out. Don't know why Stewart would go to third with the play right in front of him, but he does. An RBI single for Youkilis, and the Yankees lead 3-0.
Well, good at bat by Youkilis, and a good throw by Nava.
And out with Stewart.
We gave the new E-Class some of the most advanced driver systems ever made. Stereoscopic vision, Distronic Plus braking, lane keeping and steering assist. 11 enhanced systems in all. 12, counting your adrenaline system. The 2014 E-Class, the most intelligent, exhilarating Mercedes-Benz ever made. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
We're stronger than the storm and open for everyone.
The world abounds with many delights, magical sights, fanciful flights, and those who dream on beautiful nights dream of beautiful things. The world is full of beautiful things, beautiful people too. Beautiful people like you.
Do you want to sit on the dugout? Or dost thou prefer the Shakespeare Festival? I've got it! Reggae man! Rastafari!
Ticket Oak's giving me ideas for the weekend.
Did you give him some of your latte again?
No.
Oh my.
I got him his own.
I can't feel my bar!
Not everyone has a Ticket Oak, but everyone can use StubHub. What are you doing this weekend?
The Jersey Shore is open.
Because we're stronger than the storm.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Macy's, by New Kickstart by Mountain Dew, kickstart your day, and by the Experience Buick Lease. It's a new lease on luxury. So the Yankees got a run in the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-0 as we go to the 6th, and the pitch to Iglesias is inside 1-0. Just to go over that final play, you have a base hit to left field. Stewart has been nursing a groin injury. Robinson Cano is your next batter. He's the best hitter on your team, and you decide to go with the play right in front of you, get thrown out by 3 feet. That was not a good base running play by Chris Stewart. Fouled away.
Well, here's what Michael's talking about. Nava, according to the scouting reports, is usually pretty accurate with his throwing arm as well. And Stewart really just cut down. And he's reading right there. He almost never hesitated, but wasn't running real well either.
There's a base hit. So Iglesias is 2 for 2. I guess we're always supposed to have explanations for everything that happens, and sometimes there's no explanation. I don't even know if Chris Stewart could give you an explanation. Sometimes you just have a brain cramp. So 1 on, top of the order, and Daniel Nava at the plate.
It's one of my favorite categories on baseballreference.com, Michael, is not only productive outs, but bases taken on base running. How many bases you take, extra bases, and how many outs you make on a base. It tells a little story about base running that you can really dig into some numbers.
It's amazing how now you can pretty much quantify everything in baseball. I know that it's not a perfect science with defense, but they're trying.
Just tools to use. It's not about that you live and die by sabermetrics or numbers. It's about they're a tool to be used. They're information. It's not foolproof. It's how you handle that information and which information you discard and how much more weight you give to certain categories than others.
The great Vince Scully had a great line about stats, and he said, use statistics the way someone who's had too much to drink uses a lamppost, for support, not illumination.
Another reason why he's the best.
One. Runner was going, and the ball fouled away.
One of the things that attracts me to sabermetrics goal is that it's trying to, as you said, it's not it's not foolproof, but they're trying to put more emphasis on categories that people sort of didn't give enough credit to. Base running, defense, the little things in the game that a lot of old school scouts or managers talked about. But there was no real number to put to it other than just errors or fielding position or stolen bases and caught stealing.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Sabathia. Nava's gone down twice on strikes. Nine strikeouts for Sabathia. His season high was 10 against Seattle. But the difference with the 10 against Seattle is he also gave up 10 hits. It was a very odd game. And he lasted 6 in the third, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned. They got a no decision. But he's only given up 4 hits here and out into the 6th inning. Count 2-0.
Interesting count here with Sabathia. We've seen him, especially with Johnny Gomes, who's been known to kind of try to guess, kind of seeking a fastball. Right here's a fastball count. Sabathia's been real good all night at reading these counts and going off speed.
There's a strike.
92 on the inside corner works too on 2-0. But once again, it hasn't changed here. You're still, and Johnny Gomes doesn't like the call. So he shakes his head. Body language tells the story. Still a fastball count here, 2-1. It ain't going to be a fastball.
The breaking ball wrapped around the outside corner, didn't get the call. Adrian Johnson would have given him that call last night. Joy is on deck.
You almost have to give in here with Pedroia on deck.
This could be 2. There's 1. There's 2. So he gets Gomes to bang into the 4-4-3 double play. No runs a hit, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Yanks.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, it's just, I've moved on.
So that's it. We're done.
Yeah, I just want something fresh, something exciting.
I thought we had a good thing going.
I mean, she's got experience.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You'll be fine.
Why?
Blimpie, subs with experience, serving you for almost 50 years.
Do you mind if me and, Yeah, man, no problem. Awesome.
Hey, Sparky, what's going on?
Yeah, what's you're hiding? The secret plans for our soapbox derby racer. We've got to destroy him. How? We'll eat him. Yeah.
Or you could use your Swingline Stack and Shred shredder that you order from WBMason.com. It'll shred 500 pages and you just drop it all in.
Sure beats eating all these secrets. Who but WB Mason? For the brands you want by right. Whoa! Dad, where'd you get that?
Oh, you won't believe what just happened.
Don't tell me you got the last Diet Dew.
Yeah.
I love the taste of Diet Dew. What do you want for it? Deal.
Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, it tastes that good.
Hey, Hotshot. Meter's running.
The Yankees are contending for first place in the AL East with the help of some returning All-Stars. Monday, Mark Teixeira and Kevin Youkilis are back in the Bronx and ready for a pinstripe power surge when the Bombers begin a 3-game set with the Tribe. Coverage starts Monday at 6 without a batting practice today, only on Yes.
Verizon customers, you won't have to miss a game again now that you can watch live Yes Network Yankees games on your PCs or laptops with Verizon Fios. Get a full season of live Yankees games on the go for just $29.99. And if you're a Verizon Fios TV customer with Fios Internet, just go to yesnetwork.com to get more information and subscribe now. This is an ice cream night, let me tell you. It's an ice cream night. So enjoy yourself, sit back. Hope you're having a good time watching Yankee baseball with us. Yankees lead 3-0 as they try to snap a 5-game losing streak. Robinson Cano leads off the bottom of the 6th, takes outside. Cano 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to third and struck out looking. MLB.TV is celebrating 11 years. Join the millions of fans and subscribe today. Watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. There's a strike. If the Yankees could work the count this inning and maybe get a runner or two on, you might knock Lester out of the game as he's throwing his 99th pitch now. Count 3-1.
You can almost see David Ross. We saw him go out after the first pitch of the sequence and kind of get in Lester's face. Bring it through me. He's kind of cutting off his pitches a little bit at this point. They go back-to-back curveballs, 3-1.
How about this, David? In his last start, they let him throw 124 pitches against Cleveland. So 100 is certainly not the magical number for him, but Juan Nieves is going to get the bullpen up. 124 is his high, but he's thrown 118, 115 this year.
Yeah. But it depends on how you get to that number. You know, it's been a struggle tonight. You know, 115 in the 8th inning is a little different than 115 here in the 6th.
Teixeira takes a strike.
One of the things with Lester last year they kind of struggled with is kind of fall in love with that cutter. He was getting around it. You know, from a left-handed pitcher, a cutter is left to right movement in on a righty, away from a lefty. And sometimes that, you know, you start getting around the ball too much, and then you kind of lose the zip on your straight, your four-seam fastball. And that's what David Ross was imploring John Lester to turn it loose, come right through me. Stay true through the line. See Ross shaking his head at Lester. Really working on John Lester. A little frustrated tonight. A good true four-seamer right there, right through the glove. That's it. That's what I want.
Strike three. Teixeira down looking. And he does not like that call.
There's been a few of those conversations on both sides walking back to home plate. But it's got the plate. The question is height. Or height, rather. And we'll see here. I'll say one thing. Ross did a good job of catching that and framing that, because that looked borderline low, as Teixeira thinks it was a little more than borderline low.
Vernon Wells wraps one to right center field. Bradley got a great jump and smoothly hauls it in. That young man has some skills. Good sign for Vernon Wells. He's hit the ball really hard twice.
Off the bat, a good jump, no hesitation, and then the glide. Clyde the glide. I got this. He really struggled early in the year. You know, a lot of highly touted prospect, had a great spring training, Jackie Bradley Jr., and then just kind of fell on his face a little bit, but went down to AAA and hit about 350 to earn his way right back up here.
Here's Jason Nix. RBI single tonight off Lester. Count 1-0. Oh, we showed Ross barking at Lester. Did you like that on the mound, or did you take offense to it?
No, I liked it. You know, certainly, if done properly and in the right way, he's trying to help you. I have always said the pitcher and the catcher are a team. You are one. And you love it when somebody's back there working for you, really busting it.
Nix, fly ball left field. Daniel Nava puts it away, and that will do it. So the leadoff walk does not hurt. Yankees strand one. We're going to the seventh. 3-0 Bombers.
Fans, come on to Yankee Stadium in 2013 to see the New York Yankees in action. On Sunday, June 23rd, celebrate the glorious history of the New York Yankees with the 67th Annual Old Timers Day festivities, presented by Ernst & Young. Come see your favorite Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field one more time for the 67th Annual Old Timers Day.
You deserve soft serve Burger King in a cone, 50 cents. Tell your friends, Frozen treat, beat the heat, you're in luck. Half a buck, Burger King, soft serve, so tasty. Burger King, soft serve, 50 cents. Get it now.
Why shop TJ Maxx and Marshalls? 1. You get all the awesome brand names. 2. You get them for less than department stores? Then that's awesome. 3. She'll think you look stylish and awesome. 4. You'll actually be awesome, which is awesome. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. 2 awesome ways to score.
Summer's just around the corner, which means barbecues, bathing suits, and best of all, Hyundai's Memorial Day sales event. All week long, a new Elantra is yours for just $149 a month. Or drive off in a new Sonata for $179 a month. Or get either an Elantra or Sonata for 0% APR with no payments for 90 days. Kick off summer in style at your Hyundai dealer now. The Memorial Day sales event ends May 31st.
Restore.
Revive. Rebuild.
Rebuild.
In New York State, we're rebuilding after Superstorm Sandy. From beaches to transit to homes and businesses, New York State is coming back better than ever. We can help you get the assistance you need to repair your home, business, and your life.
Rebuild.
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 Call or log on, and New York State can help you rebuild.
We're going to show you CC Sabathia's strikeout package here. And the difference tonight, a little different look in his eyes, but right on the corner. And how about a nice 94-mile-an-hour fastball right there, getting a called strike. Right to the changeup, razor blade slider on Jackie Bradley. Another good changeup to a fastball hitter. And then Stephen Drew, you got no chance on that one. The difference, enough fastballs in a good location to set up a lot of these secondary pitches.
And the first pitch to Pedroia is a strike as we start the seventh.
And by the way, move over Conehead. CC Sabathia was just in the passing lane and passed me on the all-time strikeout list. So I put my right-hand blinker on and get out of your way.
Line drive over the leaping try of Cano. Ichiro can't get there. It gets by him and goes to the wall, and Pedroia leads off with a double. A rocket out into the gap.
Well, Pedroia, gap to gap, line to line. This one he actually stays inside of a little bit. Really lets the ball travel deep and just laces it. Ichiro does everything he can to try to cut it off and can't get there. That's some hitter.
Here's David Ortiz. Pitch high.
Well, David Ortiz, I mean, you talk about the injuries. They didn't know when he was going to come back. He came back. He's got 35 RBIs in 36 games. Better than ever. Remarkable career in Boston he's had. And of course, yeah, excuse me, Michael, Yankee killer.
It's a nice season. Cadillac scoreboard 3-0 Yanks over the Sox. 2-0, he didn't give in, he threw him a breaking ball.
Well, this is kind of the difference maker. Not only is it a good breaking ball, even if he wouldn't have swung, it's a called strike. So to me, that's the real difference. Guys with good sliders and good breaking balls, they can get swing and misses in the strike zone with their curves or their sliders, is to me the real difference maker.
93. He's throwing harder tonight. The count 2-2.
That's pitching. There's always a guessing game. Even though hitters say I don't really guess, you do. You see something in the delivery on the pitch, you get a 2-0 count, you cheat a little bit. There's always a cat and mouse guessing game back and forth.
Ortiz calls time.
Sabathia can go either way. He's kind of got into Ortiz's head here.
Grounded to first. Teixeira for the first out as Pedroia moves to third. Let's see how they went at Ortiz with the pitch by pitch.
Well, a dangerous hitter. Way up with the fastball. Now we're going to fall behind 2-0. What are you going to do? Not give in. Nasty slider. Right on by you in 93. Back to the slider. Maybe not the best location, but got Ortiz just enough out in front. And of course, the ground ball right at the first baseman helps as well. Still a productive out from Ortiz. Got Pedroia to third with one out now.
Napoli swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Sabathia reaching back. See Chris Stewart kind of tell him, hey, easy, easy, big fella, slow it down. And you can tell he's tired of hearing about velocity. Nice hot night here. He's topped out at 94 several times, 93 on the last one.
One. 2-1. He's got Napoli swinging twice.
Yankees conceding the run on the infield. Sabathia's not on the mound, I'll tell you that.
2-1. Driven out to right field. It's a base hit, and it gets past Ichiro. Napoli's going for 2. The throw is not in time. Pedroia scores the Red Sox first run of the day, and the Yankees lead is now 3-1.
Well, I talked about Sabathia pitching backwards and fastball counts. Well, Napoli just sits on it, a changeup. And the way you hit a changeup to right center field like that is if you're sitting on it. Napoli's a good hitter. Just get the feeling there, Michael. Yeah, I'm guessing that he's looking for this changeup. And he's on it.
Here's Stephen Drew, 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a strikeout. Count 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Red Sox have 6 hits against Sabathia. Yankees 4 against Lester, but the Yankees lead 3-1. One and 2.
Still in line with the pitch count. Right at 100 here. Try to get out of this inning and maybe get through the 8th as well. But he does have some backup now in the bullpen. Maybe you noticed. You see Sabathia turn around. He saw that. He saw somebody get up in the bullpen right there.
66 strikes out of the 100 pitches. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 10th strikeout for Sabathia. And that matches his season high.
Well, excellent. 10 strikeouts, no walks, right over the heart of the plate. Good tilt. You know, this is not sweeping off the plate. It looks like it's right down the middle and then down and gone. You see the horseshoe grip, the tight rotation. And Drew way out in front.
Here's David Ross. And a strike. Missed inside. Count 1-1.
You know, I mentioned before, you know, you see Kelly now warming up, that Sabathia took a little glance back a couple of minutes ago to see, you know, you noticed that, Michael, when I was on the mound in a game like this, every now and then in the corner of your eye, you look around, somebody's warming up, a lot of fire under you a little bit. It's like, oh yeah? You know, it was motivating for me.
Really using his breaking stuff very well in the count 1-2. Crowd at the stadium looking for strike 3. Making some noise. Joe Girardi's been thrown out. Tony Pena, acting manager. And the 1-2. Grounded up the middle, but right there is Cano. Got him, and that'll do it. But the Red Sox score a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's the Yankees 3 and the Red Sox 1. But we're going to stay right here and honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps? And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate and welcome 2 honored guests of the New York Yankees. United States Army Sergeant First Class Nicholas Vicali, who served in Operation Enduring Freedom and is a Purple Heart recipient. And United States Marine Corps Sergeant Omar Rendon, who also served in Operation Enduring Freedom. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join in Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with gold. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Tomorrow, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson
What is it? Classic Alanis.
are back.
Lay it on us, Big Daddy.
I could sell prosciutto to a rabbi, and I have.
You sweet son of a... In the movie Entertainment Weekly calls another winner.
My mom says alcohol numbs the brain.
When it's working correctly, she's absolutely right.
From guys who brought you Wedding Crashers.
Ready for your first lap dance?
It happens all the time. Some would say it's the point.
The Internship. Rated PG-13. Special sneak preview tomorrow.
I was training to run my 7th half marathon. 20 minutes in, I was slumped over on the treadmill, cardiac arrest. I was clinically dead for 15 minutes. My friends and family weren't sure if they'd ever see me again. When I woke up, the doctors at Montefiore told me I had severe mitral valve disease, which they repaired with an innovative procedure called the butterfly technique. Now I feel as good as new. They didn't just give me back my life, they gave me back the life I love to live.
Before your local Ford dealers, that's a huge deal sales event. You had to know someone who knows someone to get a great deal. Now you just need to know for a limited time, anybody can get high tech and high style at prices as rare as a free cab at rush hour. Hurry in for a Ford Edge with 0% financing for 60 months or up to $3,500 cash back, or lease for just $179 a month. See your Tri-State Ford dealer now, because this huge deal ends June 3rd.
Hi, everyone. Bob and Flash with the Tri-State Ford update. You can text making news for their return, but so CC Sabathia.
Well, the #1 starter for the New York Yankees has shown up tonight. 10 strikeouts. The fastball's better. The slider's better. And watching it with Jack Curry, he said it perfectly. This is what CC Sabathia is supposed to look like.
All right, Jack Curry working hard right now, getting ready for the postgame. So's Flash, by the way. So's Meredith. Me, not so much. Anyway, I'll show up. Enjoy the rest of the ballgame. We'll see you later on the postgame, fellas.
You know how to rise to the occasion, though, Bob. We know that. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys on the post game. Here's the game summary brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. 3-1. Yankees lead. Knicks, Ichiro, Euclid each had an RBI single. Napoli an RBI double for the Red Sox in the 7th. Sabathia has pitched very well. 7 innings, 6 hits, just that 1 run. Has not walked a batter, and he struck out 10, which matches his season high. John Lester still in there for the Red Sox. The Cadillac scoreboard shows a 3-1 score, and Lester will go after the bottom third of the Yankee order: Adams, Ichiro, and Stewart. Ground ball up the middle. Stephen Drew ranges to the glove side and flips to first to get Adams for the first out.
Well, you know, a lot of talk about pitching backwards. And for CC Sabathia, everybody wants to know about the lack of velocity. Well, how do you counter that? You get a 3-1 count in the 4th inning against Big Papi? You're going to get a slider. Just enough of this tonight to keep the hitters honest. Napoli, 3-2? Change up. Just staying unpredictable. 2-0 count. Big spot? Slider. Just enough of that tonight to keep the hitters honest. That's how you make adjustments when you lose velocity later in your career.
And the pitch to Suzuki is a strike on the outside corner.
Now, with that being said, Sabathia's velocity was up tonight, too, to go along with good pitching sequences.
The 0-1. 1-1.
I get fired up with good pitch games, Michael. I can't help it.
This is a good game, yeah. Here's Andrew Miller.
And on the other side, this is, with John Lester, not his quality outing, but this is the difference between last year and this year. He's still in this game. Not the best line he's had, but he's still got a chance.
Line foul.
Last year, some of these type of games would get away from him, and he'd be knocked out in the middle innings. Still out there.
David Robertson warming. Line drive, a base hit to right field for Ichiro. He is 2 for 3. Bob mentioned earlier that Steven Strasburg left the game after 2 innings, and we were wondering what was going on. Washington Post is reporting that he had muscular issues in his back, so thankfully nothing with his arm, and the guys will have more on the post game on that.
Is that vague enough for you?
Pretty
muscular
vague.
issues.
Muscular issues.
Good time for a play. Hit and run. Get Ichiro moving. Something.
You want vague, you should listen to hockey injuries now. Lower body injury, upper body injury. So only will tell you what side of the belt it is. Robbie Thompson going through the signs.
Baseball injuries like state secrets now.
Count 1-1 to Stewart.
Okay, I go to the mouth 3 times. After going to the chest. Love baseball signals.
David, are they as complicated as they seem to us, or when you know them, they're not that hard?
When you know them, they're not that hard. The key is which ones mean something and which ones are just decoy. Everybody touches their chest and their mouth and goes to their hat or their nose, but the question is when is the sign hot? And at what point, what part of your body do you touch that the next sign then is hot and means something?
Grounded softly to third. If it stays fair, it's a hit. It stood fair, it's a hit. So Stewart picks up a dribbling single.
Well, very unlucky for John Lester. Very fortunate for the Yankees. And Iglesias, no chance to do anything here.
Well, John Farrell walks to the mound and he tells Lester, good job. So the Yankees knock the lefty out. First and second, 1 man out, bottom of the 7th. They go to the bullpen.
This Memorial Day, it's a great time to bring a little Buick excitement
Is that your dress?
home to your house. Current non-GM owners celebrate Memorial Day with a 2-year lease on this Verano for around $199 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
The official ice cream of the New York Yankees could be your ticket to the game. Every carton of delicious Turkey Hill Bronx Bomber Sundae and Pinstripe Brownie Blast is a chance to win Yankees tickets.
Brain freeze. Ring in the closer.
So get into the game with Turkey Hill, official ice cream of the New York Yankees.
What's something that's slow that you wish was fast?
Turtle.
Really? A turtle?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I'll rather be a slow turtle.
Well,
I know why. Because when you're slower, you won't have to get in the street as fast and get ran over.
But if you're a slow turtle and you're in the middle of the street, what happens? Austin? Exactly.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest 4G LTE network.
After 27 World Series titles and more than a century of history, the New York Yankees wouldn't just have any car company be the team's official luxury vehicle. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees.
Come out to Yankee Stadium this Monday, June 3rd, for a special giveaway when the Yankees take on the Indians. The first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Mariano Rivera collectible baseball card, courtesy of Cloudbreak. Now, for tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Well, John Farrell makes the call to the bullpen. Brought to you by AT&T. John Lester is done. That's his line. The two runners on base are his responsibility. And Farrell goes to another left-hander. It's Andrew Miller. Tall, lanky lefty facing Brett Gardner.
Even with one out, still the possibility for just about anything Gardner wants to do. If he's feeling like running for a hit, or if Ichiro's feeling like he can get a jump.
Count 0-1. The 0-2. Slapped into left center field. It is a base hit. Cutting it off is Bradley. Ichiro scores. Stopping at second, Stewart. It's a big RBI single for Brett Gardner, and the Yankees lead 4-1.
Wow, 0-2. Trying to go away with the fastball, 95 miles an hour, and that ain't away. That's middle. And that's going to give Gardner an 8-game hitting streak on an 0-2 pitch. And collect a ribby on the way.
That's a big run, getting the run back that they had in the seventh. That's at the second. Not so quick. And here is Kevin Youkilis. Had an RBI single his last time up. And there's a breaking ball strike.
Been a good night for the newcomers. Teixeira got the 2-run inning started with a walk, and Youkilis with a big hit.
Another breaking ball and another strike. Clayton Mortensen warming up as Youkilis looks at a called third strike.
Well, it's quick. Slider late breaking. It just keeps coming. See the gloves outside the strike zone. The slider shaves the black. You got to really pay attention to Ross's glove. He really sets up well back there. He'll set up off the plate to give his pitcher a target to shoot at. A good catcher. Done a nice job tonight, and he kind of got John Lester through a tough night.
Here's Cano. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He has a modest 5-game hitting streak on the line. Eight for his last 21. 1 for 11 off Miller, though. Good fastball, clips the outside corner, 1-1. Off the corner, 2-1.
Six, 7, 210, Andrew Miller. And no leg kick. Watch him just slide that front leg right towards home.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees lead 4-1, bottom of the 7th inning. First game of 3 between the Yankees and the Sox. A battle for first place. Red Sox lead by 2 coming into this game.
And David Robertson is warmed up and ready to go in the bullpen, so I would anticipate him working the 8th.
2-2. Count full.
And if indeed that is Joe Girardi's decision, I think it's the right one. I mean, you got a great night from Sabathia right now. Go ahead and take it. Get Robbie in the game in the 8th. Try to break Sabathia's losing streak. Take the positive from Sabathia. See David Ross coming out.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Three-2. Strike 3. Cano down looking. But the Yankees get a run on 3 hits, 2 men left. This just hits the outside corner, and we go to the 8th.
The Memorial Day celebration is here, now with impressive limited time offers and a big selection on the lots and ready to go, including Cruise Eco, with the best highway mileage of any gas engine in America. Or choose Equinox, with the most rear seat legroom of any 5-passenger vehicle in its class. So hurry to the Memorial Day celebration before it's gone. Visit your local Chevy dealer. Now, competitive lessees can get a 2013 Chevy Cruze LS for only around $149 a month.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident or a victim of medical malpractice, you may be entitled to a large cash award. Find out your legal rights by calling the law offices of David Pankin for a free legal consultation.
I'm David Pankin. For over 15 years, my firm has been helping clients just like you get the compensation they deserve.
If there is no recovery, there is no fee. Don't trust your case to just anyone. Call 888-LAW-9600. That's 888-LAW-9600.
Do you want to sit on the dugout? Or dost thou prefer the Shakespeare Festival? I've got it! Reggae Man! Rastafari!
Ticket Oak's giving me ideas for the weekend.
Did you give him some of your latte again?
No.
Oh my.
I got him his own.
I can't feel my bar!
Not everyone has a Ticket Oak, but everyone can use StubHub. What are you doing this weekend?
This is Joe. He really likes the sun. Joe says the sun can give us all the energy we need without hurting the planet. He says there are people and companies who already know how to use the sun. We just have to get behind them. Can one solution to energy woes be found up in the sky? The possibilities are endless.
Let's check out tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios, making life more entertaining with America's fastest, most reliable internet that's powerful. Felix Doubront, the left-hander, will go for the Red Sox, and Phil Hughes goes for the Yankees. And there will be extra innings coverage on Yes all weekend. Games on Fox tomorrow night. And then right afterward, turn to Yes. Same thing. It's on ESPN on Sunday night. And then right after the game, turn to Yes for complete coverage.
Well, I was wrong. And Sabathia is back out for the top of the 8th. But Robbie is backing him up and hot and ready to go.
There's a strike. Hyundai scoreboard shows the Yankees up 4-1. Somebody gets on. Robertson's coming in. Or maybe they just left CeCe in to get Bradley. 1-2.
More than likely, that's probably the case, as you see there. Much like the Yankee offense and lineup all year, you got a couple of backups running the team. Good ones, though. Tony Pena.
Chopped to first to Shera. 1 away.
Charlie Wands. One of the great guys. Charlie Wands has been with the Yankees for a while. You know, the video coordinator, advanced scout, and there's the point. Tony Pena to the bully.
What a job by Sabathia. Struggling of late, struggling against the Red Sox, and now he deserves this hand.
Hey, so, what's going on here?
Do you want the long or short answer?
Long, I guess.
Chevy is having a big, huge, in fact, event. The great deals on our most fuel-efficient lineup ever for just a very short time, so you better hurry extravaganza.
So what's the short answer?
Awesome. The Chevy Memorial Day sale. Now combine current offers for a total cash allowance of $2,500 on a 2013 Chevy Malibu. Offer ends June 3rd.
So, being an advertising spokesman, I have to look my best on camera. Whether I'm telling people about how they could save money on car insurance with Geico. Yeah, a little bit more of the lime green, love, yeah? Or let them know they can reach Geico 24/7 using the latest technology. Go on, slather it all over. Don't hold back, go on. It's these high-definition televisions, I tell ya. They show every wrinkle.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
When you only make SUVs for 65 years, all that learning leads to something remarkable. The Range Rover Evoque. Winner of over 120 awards, including the 2012 Strategic Vision Total Quality Award. Land Rover, above and beyond.
During Nissan's Sign and Drive event, get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Now, when you choose Nissan, all you need to lease is one of these.
I need a pen. Boom.
Shop at ChooseNissan.com.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Ford, official truck of the New York Yankees. Now this year, the Yankees' best starter has been Hiroki Kuroda. So David Robertson comes on for CeCe Sabathia. But CeCe Sabathia is the ace of this team. And when you're the ace of the team, you're the #1 starter, you have to go in, no matter who you're facing. And if your team's in a losing streak, David, you have to stop it dead. And he stepped up today big time.
Could not agree more. He is still. His body of work, his consistency over his career, his durability. He is the leader. Numbers-wise, Kuroda's been really good. And very undervalued, in my opinion. Hiroki Kuroda, just underappreciated.
He'll pitch Sunday against Clay Buchholz. So Sabathia was facing a 5-game losing streak, facing the fact that he hasn't won in about a month, and facing a Red Sox team that since 2011 his record is 2-5 with a 6.12 ERA. And he stared all that in the face and stepped up. Let's see if the Yankee bullpen can hold it.
Well, the numbers across the board for Sabathia tonight just tremendous. The no walks, the 10 strikeouts, 73 strikes out of 109 pitches, 7 ground balls, only 3 outs in the air.
Missed outside with a breaking ball. Yankee bullpen has done a pretty good job this year. Faltered a little bit against the Mets, but overall they have been one of the backbones of this team. Fly ball, right field. Ichiro makes the play for the second out.
Finally figured out how to get Iglesias out. Just seems, you go back to that opening series, he was unbelievable. They couldn't get him out, and it kind of continued here.
And it's odd, David, because he's always been thought of as he came up through the Red Sox system as all field, not too much hit. But he's 12 for 27 since he got recalled, so he's doing a good job. There's Daniel Nava. And a strike.
And we talked about Daniel Nava, so valuable. Going to see his left-handed swing tonight now.
To vote for the Chevy Player of the Game, visit votechevy.com. Results will be revealed in the postgame show. Crowd of 45,141 here at the stadium for game 1 of this 3-game set. Count 2-1. Two and two. Hit the outside corner with that fastball.
Watch the glove. Less movement, you get the frame job. This pitch is just off the plate. The glove got the strike.
Fouled off the breaking ball.
Sort of another new category in sabermetrics, Michael, the framing ability of catchers and how many strikes they steal throughout the course of a year. Very new metric, a little raw, but we've seen Stewart do a very good job at framing pitches all year.
Pitchers hate, I'm telling David this, catchers that have the windshield washer effect, where their hand just droops away or in and moves too much, because that loses you the call.
It does lose you the call, and the positioning of the glove, it's a skill. It's a skill set that has to be developed. Jose Molina down in Tampa, legendary for that skill.
You have to have strong hands too to keep it right there. 3-2. Strike 3. Nava down looking. And he is arguing with Lance Barksdale. Does not like this call. Thought it was too low. And he is still barking at the home plate umpire as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Heading to the Kia Memorial Day sales event is better than heading to some other sales event, because you can test drive an Optima with an available GDI turbo engine, a Sorento with available third-row seating and a power liftgate, or a Soul, an IIHS top safety pick. And every Kia is backed by one of these. Better cars, better warranty. Game, set, match. Lease the Optima LX for $199 a month or get 0% APR financing at the Kia Memorial Day sales event.
It's avocado season at Subway.
Who else but Subway? Talk about a home run.
This super tasting superfood helps power any training routine.
To be the best, you've got to eat the best.
Try rich, creamy avocado on any of your favorite subs.
It goes great with trout.
Like on the protein-packed Subway Club. Tender roast beef, Black Forest ham, crisp veggies, and super tasty avocado.
Subway, the official training restaurant of Ryan Howard, of Mike Trout, Carl Edwards, and athletes everywhere.
Locally crafted beers on draft, live sports on TV, food from an award-winning chef. Wow. So what's next? A bowling alley? Oh yeah.
When it comes to quitting smoking, don't strike out. Get free help. Call the New York State Smokers Quit Line at 1-866-NY-QUITS. That's 1-866-697-8487.
Right now, with up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash, choosing an innovative new Nissan is easier than ever. In fact, during our first sign and drive event, all you need to lease is one of these. Get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers.
I need a pen. Boom. Whoa. Yep. Thanks.
Shop at ChooseNissan.com.
Well, stick around for the WB Mason postgame show. Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty, they're working feverishly preparing the show. They'll recap tonight's series opener. They'll look around the rest of baseball as well. Plus, Meredith Marakovitz with the reaction from the clubhouse and Joe Girardi's manager's report. It's the WB Mason postgame, and it's only on Yes. Clayton Mortensen, his 21st game. Too many walks, that's the thing that jumps out at you. So that gives him 38 base runners in 26 innings. And that's to bring up Mark Teixeira, his first game of the year, coming back from the torn ECU sheath, which he suffered just hitting off a tee when he was playing for Team USA in Arizona. That happened back on March 5th. Hyundai scoreboard 4-1 in his first game back. He's 0 for 2, but he has a walk and a run scored. Now he's batting from the left side for the first time tonight. The shift is on. Pitch outside.
Be interesting to talk to Teixeira about, which side kind of bothers him more. As you see, Youkilis got a big knock, and that walk that Teixeira got set up the 2-run inning in the bottom of the second. But the right wrist, the sheath, probably is a little more prevalent in the left-handed swing because you got to pull through with that lead arm. But it'll be interesting to see what Teixeira says if he has more trouble right or left-handed.
Yankees also took more time with Teixeira coming back because A, they wanted to see if that wrist would hold up, and B, he's got to get 2 swings down. He's not just working from one side. Strike.
Talked about pitching backwards in fastball counts. Teixeira right here in this situation looking for a fastball, hunting one and try to hook it. He didn't get it. You can see he's way out in front. He was guessing. Hitters are more prone to guess and look for fastballs when they are ahead in the count, obviously. The ability of pitchers to just take a little, or put a little more mystery into the at-bat by being able to throw a changeup there on 2-1. As we saw Sabathia do all night so well. Mortensen with a good one there.
3-2. He struck him out. So Mortensen strikes out Teixeira. Now, speaking of strikeouts, Sabathia today struck out 10. Second time this year he's done it. And he has struck out 10 or more batters in a game for the Yankees 17 times since he came here in 2009. Only 2 pitchers, Mo getting ready, in the history of the Yankees have had more games with 10 or more strikeouts. Ron Guidry, 23, has the most. And David Cone with 21 is second on that list. And then there's CeCe with 17.
And CeCe's done it in a shorter amount of time. You know, Gator had a few more years. I think my Yankee career was right around 6 years, 5.5 to 6 years.
Count 0-2 on Wells. Now, Wells has been struggling, and this has been a good night for him. In the second inning, he ripped the line drive over the head of Jackie Bradley Jr., picked up a double. Ground out to short in the fourth, and then he hit a laser to right center that Jackie Bradley Jr. got a great jump on and ran it down, but he's hit the ball hard twice. Fly ball to right. 2 outs.
Well, that was a big double in the second inning, as Michael said. It was a 400-foot line drive.
Jason Nix had a big hit in this game. In the second inning, he picked up an RBI single. And that was an exhale hit. They had scored 7 runs in 4 games against the Mets. They just couldn't score. In 3 of the games, they scored a run. And then, boom, second inning against John Lester, he gets a hit. I thought that was really big.
Completely agree.
And there's a strike.
It's a funny game, you know. The Mets come in here and get it going. Now they're down in Miami, losing 5-1 tonight, Michael.
Yep.
Sort of the law of averages collided in that Mets series. The Mets weren't that bad, and the Yankees probably weren't that good. Somewhere in the middle, regression to the mean clashed.
That was a mean regression to the mean for the Yankees.
You know where I first heard about sabermetrics, Michael? It was my mother in Little League when she used to keep score, and we keep score at home watching the Royals game, and George Brett's 0 for 9. Well, he's due. That's sabermetrics. My mom knew it. The law of averages.
Ground ball is short. Drew. And the Yankees go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. Mariano Rivera will come in and try to close it down. The Yankees are leading 4-1.
Hi, I'm Jan. Welcome to Toyota.
We're looking for a car with great MPG.
You've come at the right time. It's our Toyota Time sales event.
I remember from my research that Toyota is the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker.
You're right. Great memory.
I never forget anything.
You can say that again. Whoops.
And right now, during Toyota Time, you can lease a fuel-efficient 2013 Toyota Prius for just $199 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. Toyota, let's go places.
It pays to get the order right, especially with Win 4 from the New York Lottery.
4392. Straight.
Pick any 4 numbers, 0 through 9. Play them straight. Win up to $5,000.
You're very wet.
It's the apocalypse.
We have cat food and we have a Milky Way bar.
Can I have that Milky Way?
That's my Milky Way. I want some of the Milky Way. I'd be bummed if I don't get a bite of the Milky Way.
I kind of need the Milky Way. What? I have low blood sugar, and if my endorphins drop too low, I'm going to be a nightmare to be around.
It's Jonah!
Jonah Hill.
Yes. That's not good.
The power of Christ compels you.
Does it, Jay?
The power of Christ compels you.
The power of Christ compelling me? Guess what? It's not that compelling. This is the end. Rated R.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. I'll be up and away.
Crack open a can of new Kickstart by Mountain Dew. The perfect mix of dew, real fruit juice, and just the right amount of kick. Kickstart your day.
Stealing a base is all about speed and timing. When it comes to office supply delivery, WB Mason's same-day service can't be thrown out. Call by 11:30 a.m. and your order is delivered that same afternoon. Who but WB Mason?
Well, we go to the 9th inning. Yankees lead this one 4-1. 3-run lead in the 9th. It's a save situation for Mariano. And the last time we saw Mariano was at Citi Field, where he blew his first save of the year. So he is 18 out of 19. And as David always likes to say, he either closes it quick or gives it up quick. And he doesn't give it up that often. But at Citi Field, he did. That was a tough one. So he's going to face Gomes, Pedroia, and Ortiz.
Yeah, excuse me, Michael. Yeah, no messing around. A little off with the precision part of his game in the Mets. You know, Mariano obviously not throwing in the mid-90s like he once did, but his control has gotten better and better every year. But against the Mets, a little bit off, a little flat and up with that cutter.
Gomes fouls it away. Gomes 0 for 3 against Sabathia. Driven to left field. Wells. 1 out. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by TJ Maxx and Marshalls. 2 stores, 2 awesome ways to score. By Heineken, open your world, enjoy responsibly. And by Centerlight Healthcare. Centerlight, proud partner of the New York Yankees. Pedroia extended his hitting streak to 5 straight, 2 for 3 against Sabathia. A couple of doubles, scored the only run. And Mo hits the inside corner. He spins out of the way. Pedroia's had success against Mo in his career. Hasn't had success. I thought I saw that he did. The 1-1. And there's a base hit. And that'll bring up Ortiz.
Not exactly a game-tying situation here, but a great matchup and one that you love to see at the end of the game. A couple of old Warriors going to go at it right here.
By the way, that hit for Pedroia was his first hit ever against Mo. He was actually 0 for 10. I was looking at the wrong line, so I apologize. So 1 for 11 now. Grounded and past a diving Teixeira into right field. So Ortiz with a single, first and second now with 1 out. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Pedroia, you know what? That's a little screen. Tries to check up and screen him from that. Talk about a heady ball player. Almost like the NBA Finals. Let's box him off the boards. Very effective. We'll only have to talk to Teixeira after the game to see if he got screened there, but Nice effort for Pedroia.
Here's Napoli. And there's a strike. Oh, 2. Pedroia at second, Ortiz is at first. And the pitch, swung on and missed. Mo dialed it up to 93 for the second out.
The shades of 1996. Here it is, hit it. Napoli with a big wave and a foul tip right back into the glove.
We're going to have a pinch runner for Ortiz. I believe it's Pedro Siriaco. And the pitch to Stephen Drew is a strike.
Surprised it took him that long to pinch run for Big Papi. That Achilles tendon injury he had took him a long time to come back. He's not moving so well on that.
Count 1-1. Time is called. Yankee losing streak is at 5. They're looking to snap that. They are looking to move to within 1 game of first place in the American League East. Mo's looking to nail it down, the 1-1. Broken back ground ball back to Rivera. And the Yankees win the game. File that under the heading of boy, did they need that win. After 4 awful games against the Mets, the Yankees beat their rivals, the Boston Red Sox. Mo gets back on the right track with a save. CC Sabathia was outstanding when he had to be. And the Yankees take the first game of this 3-game set.
The best cutter he's thrown in a couple of starts. That was razor blade. Late moving cutter just ties up Drew.
So Teixeira comes back. Youkilis comes back. And winning comes back to the Bronx. Stick around for the post-game show to find out who's tonight's Chevy Player of the Game. We've got some things to do. Give out an award, and then it's time for the post-game as well. Stick around.
Before you